We continue to track the latest on the flooding in western Manitoba. Local leaders are calling the situation unprecedented. Ottawa says it has received Manitoba's request for help as widespread flooding continues to wreak havoc. These are images from the town of Swan River. It's one of the worst hit communities. The community is still recovering from serious flooding last month. Parts of the town are under an evacuation order. The CBC's Ian Fraze has more from Winnipeg.
Water levels are receding in some parts of the Parkland, including in the city of Dauphin, after torrential rains dropped as much as 200 millimeters of rain in just 2 days. Let's take a look at a map now showing some of these waterlogged areas dealing with its second major flooding event in under a month. It's really in the Swan River area where it's still an active emergency situation. A lot of roads in the area washed out or closed. And within Swan River, 150 homes were evacuated. Also, highway access has been cut off, leading the mayor to warn that food and fuel may need to be airlifted in. Premier Wabkanu yesterday toured the area by air, saying the Parkland has never seen rains as heavy as this. Now, Pam and Kevin Craig are evacuees. They were piling up sandbag after sandbag, trying to protect their home, but they were no match for the rushing waters.
With the water like that, I think it's got all floors.
We sandbagged most of the morning, I guess, and kind of gave up. Most of the volunteers were directing their attention elsewhere. It was just me and my neighbor trying to keep up with what we were dealing with, and it was just a losing battle at that point.
Now, the provincial government has asked the feds for military support. That happened yesterday. They're still waiting today for a confirmation that the military will be coming, if at all.
And water levels have been receding in the community, in the area in Dauphin. How's the cleanup effort going?
Well, Andrew, the streets no longer look like rivers, so that's good news. Also good news, bridges like this one being repaired just outside Dauphin, so that road work is continuing. We also know that residents are working to clear their basements. But if you live in Dauphin, a city of 10,000 people, and need to go to the hospital, you may run into some problems. The hospital's basement got flooded, knocking out power and leading to the evacuation of dozens of patients, including a baby. Now, hospital staff did work real quick to get a temporary triage clinic set up with 4 beds. If you need to see a doctor or nurse, they will be able to handle that. But if you need emergency care, you will have to be transferred to a facility elsewhere. Kristen Pelishok credited staff in the region for getting the clinic up and running quickly.
It's challenging for staff. It's challenging for patients and families. We understand that staff here, their houses are underwater as well. Some of them have a lot of basement flooding, but they showed up each and every day. And I'm so proud of the team here for everything they've done.
Now, the river farther south is rising. The town of Manitoba, around 3,000 people south of these communities, has been filling hundreds of sandbags, but we understand those sandbags are just waiting in pallets right now. Our reporters on the ground saying nobody is panicking yet.
The CBC's Ian Fraze in Winnipeg. Rick Wojcik is the MLA for Swan River. He has more from the ground on the current conditions and how the community is being impacted by the flooding.
Well, we've had probably about a 2-foot drop in the water levels here in the Swan River. I'm just standing out by the lift station here where a lot of sandbagging was going on Wednesday because about 3 a.m. in the morning, the alerts went off and all these bays and low-lying areas along the Swan River were flooding substantially. And I could just maybe turn here and I'll just show you down around the bridge. That was right up to the top. This is right across in the Crescent Drive area where that was totally underwater. It's starting to recede a bit now. And then down the river here. So all these low-lying areas definitely took a lot of water on.
So they took a lot of water on, and so are you seeing the impact of that just in terms of the homes around you?
Yes, they're pretty well all flooded. I could just walk down over here where some of the sandbagging went on and down into this area here. The water is probably receded in the neighborhood of about 2-3 feet. But if you look down the street here where these sandbags, The water was right up to these bags here, and this lift station over here was in danger.
And I understand you've been warning people about not to go anywhere near certain areas because of flooded basements and just the safety issue. Tell us about that.
We had people down here today walking, and I know I did a post, encouraging people. There's manholes that have gotten blown off. There is also a lot of, the electrical, possibly live wires. There's, the possibility of gas leaks. So there's a lot of hazards out there, and it's really, really important that people are concerned about their own safety. I know that everybody wants to get back to their homes and see the substantial damage and start working on, recovering. But at this time, they're advised just to hold tight on these evacuation areas and not go into their homes where they can put their lives at risk.
That was Rick Wochuk, MLA for Swan River, Manitoba.